All right, so in the humor of not razzing you too much, then, because I got to slip that one in there. We were discussing beforehand. There was a few other things we could talk about that in terms of Yankee successes, right? Some of the early returns off the offseason acquisitions. Peter mentioned Goldschmidt and Trent Grisham, who's on paternity, but he was still hitting home run after home run. You've got a little bit of guys that are being pieced together. I mean, look, Bellinger and Goldschmidt are on the older side, elder statesman side, but they've been able to contribute. Goldschmidt more than Bellinger, I would say, because Bellinger's bat has still been a little worrisome. But Trent Grisham's looked pretty strong, right? How are you feeling about some of these guys? You feel like they targeted some of the right people? You're worried about Bellinger getting phased out for one of these other guys in terms of playing time as the year goes on? What's your early thoughts?
Yeah, you look at Goldschmidt, and 2-3 years ago we were talking MVP candidate, him and Arenado at the same time. Again, I know he's an older player, but it's really hard to get rid of that bat to ball skill. And he's always had that. He's always had that contact ability. And a lot of people were down on him, but first half of the year he struggled, and then he just shot out of nowhere in August, and he was hitting the ball really well. And I don't think a lot of people talked about that. And he's picking it up. He's picking it up well this year as well. What's odd is that he's batting in the leadoff spot sometimes. You don't look at Paul Goldschmidt as a leadoff hitter, but you need someone to turn the lineup over and get it started, and get on base for Judge, and he's done a good job there. His defensive metrics aren't that great, but it's first base, and I'll take that L at first base. And then on the flip side, Bellinger, his bat hasn't really been there yet. But the fielding has been phenomenal from him. The fielding's been phenomenal. I think he's been playing a great center field. The bat's just not there yet. I think he'll figure it out. I think the last 2 years, that sample size has really proven that, he's not that one and done guy who won the MVP and then was batting below the Mendoza line the following year. So I think he'll figure it out. I think the short porch and right is going to help him out a lot. And it'll be fun to see his progression. Trent Grisham was actually part of the Juan Soto trade last year. He was just kind of this add-in. He's going to be our fourth outfielder, and that's the role he's going to fill. He's a great defender, great base runner, but by God, he is crushing the ball right now. Do I think it's sustainable? No, probably not. But it's really been great to see, and he's a great teammate. He's a really great guy, and you love to see it. The last pickup I want to talk about too is Devin Williams, and that has been probably the most frustrating out of all four of them. And of the four of them, I had the highest expectations for him, and it hasn't been there yet. So, as a Yankees fan, I'm hopeful that he can turn it around, get back to the closer that he was. But there are other options in the pen as well. So that's always the bright side there.
I will point out that I'm actually, as a neutral party, a little bit worried about Cody Bellinger and whether or not he can bounce back. Because if you guys remember in 2020 and 2021, when he was really bad with LA, one of the habits that he got into was kind of his whiff mentality at the plate.
Yeah.
If you look at his swinging strike rates that year, 2021, he had the worst swinging strike rate of his career at 14.2. And this year it's up there pretty high again at 13.5.
Yeah.
So he's not seeing the ball or something real well, because his strikeout, he's not swinging the bat real well, making a lot of contact. So that's actually a really cause for concern. And I'm not sure that that Bellinger is going to be right the remainder of this year if he doesn't get that under control.
Yeah, no, chase rate is up. Chase rate's up. Whip rate is up. I agree, Ash. It's a level of concern. It's still early. So hopefully he figures it out. But yeah, no, there's definitely some concern.
Peter, you have any thoughts on Devin Williams, Cody Bellinger, any of the sort? I'm going to give you an opportunity to throw something in there.
I do.